Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today is the 18th day for our Palo Alto Firewall training series. In this video, we are going to discuss about NAT, and as we have discussed in the last video, the source, static NAT as well as destination static NAT. So in this video, we are going to discuss about PAT, which is known as port address translation. So what is PAT? How we can configure this, where we can use this, and what new Palo Alto has been done with this. As if I give an example of PAT as, like let's say if you are connected in your home, if you are connected to Wi-Fi, or if your TV is connected to Wi-Fi, or let's say if your mobile is connected to Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi router will be connected to internet, there you will be using PAT. So PAT is very extensively usable everywhere. Either you can say as home or you can say in organization as well. So I'll highly recommend you to please watch this video till the end so that you can understand the details about PAT and what new Palo Alto is doing with this. So I'll recommend you to watch this video till the end. And if you're new to my channel and if you are interested about this kind of content, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. Without any further delay, let's get started. So friends, first of all, what we are going to understand is PAT. Okay, what exactly it is first. So I'll just create a topology and we'll try and understand how it works. So let's suppose you are having 3-4 PCs. Let's say we are assuming 3 PCs, okay? And these 3 PCs are connected to a switch, okay? And this switch is connected to our Palo Alto firewall. And this Palo Alto firewall is connected to internet. So we have taken a internet connection and the PA is connected. So I am assuming an IP address of 192.168.10.1, 10.2 and 10.3, okay, and the gateway is 192.168.10.10 and the WAN IP is 200.1.1.1. So in this case what happens is, if all the PCs wants to go internet, what they needs to do is the NAT. As the company is having only one WAN IP, in that case what they have to do is they have to do PAT. So now we'll try and understand how it works. So let's suppose this PC initiates a connection to google.com. So google.com, right? So in this PC what exactly happens is, it's create a packet. So in packet, what are the information will be there? As you know, in layer 3, okay, the source IP and the destination IP. The source IP will be 10.1 and maybe in destination IP it will be Google server, google.com, okay. In layer 4, as this will be like, it will be in web, so it will be a TCP connection, maybe HTTP or HTTPS, and there will be a source port number and there will be a destination port number. So source port number will be generated by this PC, so it is random. So we have kind of two, one is standard port, one is unstandard port, okay. So he will be using unstandard port, which is ranging from 1025 to 65,000, some number is there, okay. So maybe after that he is taking, let's say 2125, and the destination port will be maybe 80 or 443, depends on the connection. Now this connection moves to PA. What PA does is, it does a NAT. Not exactly a NAT, it is a PAT. But in terms we can say it is a NAT. Okay. So what exactly a PAT is? This PA will take this IP address, this source port number, and records in his NAT table. So what exactly a NAT table is? It has the information about source IP, destination IP, source port, and destination port. So the source IP would be 192.168.10.1, and it has been NATed with 200.1.1.1. Okay. The destination will be Google server, google.com. Source port number will be 1025, and the destination port number will be 80 of 443. So this will be the NAT table. So if somebody is coming with the destination port of 1025, that packet will get delivered to dot 1, not to dot 2, because when dot 2 comes, he will be coming with the another port number. So whatever port number they come, it can be changed by PA or it can remain same as well. Now friends, we'll move on to lab and we'll try and understand how we can configure PAT as well as how it works. From the CLI, we'll check some of the details as well, and we'll get to know what is NAT subscription. That is a what you call the modification that Palo Alto has been done. That is a new thing that we see in Palo Alto. So let's jump into the lab. So friends, the topology IP address schema will be as same as what we have configured in the last video. So if you have watched the last video, you will be having idea about the topology. If you have not, I'll recommend you to have a look so that you can understand static source and destination static NAT. Now we'll log into the firewall, and as I have already configured the IP schema like IP addressing on the interface and creating zones and all, so those things I have already done it. Now we'll create a policy and the NAT policy as well. Okay, so first we'll create a security policy from inside to outside. So inside to outside. Okay, so it's pretty simple. It is coming from inside and going to outside. No, not outside. Okay, now application, we are just allowing everything. We'll go to NAT and click add. So the NAT will be like from inside to outside. Okay, it will be from inside, the destination zone will be outside. Source, I'm not defining anything. The source will be getting NATed and it will be a PAT. So interface will be 1/3. Yeah, we can see over here, and we'll click OK, and we'll do a commit. So commit has been successfully done. So friends, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to access from PC. Before that, I'll just access google.com from here. Before that, what I'm going to do is I'll just open up the CLI So I'll just open up the CLI over here. So 192.168 1.1 admin. Okay, so we are on the CLI now. Whatever outputs that we have to see it from CLI itself. So now we are going to access google.com. We'll see whether we are able to access or not. Okay, so we can see that we are able to access the google.com, and we'll see how many session has been created. So session all. So as you can see, there are a lot of sessions that has been created, and for every session you will be seeing some numbers, right? This is the source port that you see. For UDP, it uses some different range of IP address. You guys need to tell me why it is so. Okay, for TCP connection it is 1268, okay, 1271, 72, 74, like that. These are the source port numbers, and these source port numbers are again modified by the Palo Alto, and this is the port number the Palo Alto is sending off. Now if we see show running IP pool, okay, it is IP pool. Okay, so here we can see already 12 port has been already been used. Okay, and if we try and look at the global one, global IP pool, okay, so how many has been used? 0.34%. Okay, so I have just initiated one connection, and with one connection I have used around 12 ports. So think about every time how many pages we will be accessing at the same time, like YouTube, sometime Facebook, sometime maybe some blogs. So every time we'll be using multiple links at the same time with different browser tabs. So in this case, what happens is, if I calculate, okay, so total 65,000 ports are there. So 65,536. If I minus 1,000 ports, 1,200 ports, so around 64k ports will be coming in. So think about 50 users, okay, 50 PCs are there. In that case, what happens is, one connection will be using 12. So let's say if you are using a lot of pages at the same time for your work purpose, in that case all the ports will be exhausted. So after that you will not be able to access internet. So what happened exactly after that? At the same time, let's say not 50 PC, let's say we have like more than 200 PCs. In that case, what will happen? So Palo Alto has come up with oversubscription. So what happens is, you can reuse these port numbers. So whatever source port number that you're seeing, 1273, 1274, like, you can reuse this port numbers maybe to 8x. So 512k connection at the same time. So this is 64,000 connection, here 5,1200 connections. 5 lakhs 12,000 connections, sorry. So what exactly it does is, if 64,000 has been exhausted, again he will be using the same port numbers 8 times. So let's say if I'm using 1273 port number, so it can be used 8 times. So by default it will be 2x. We can, if we want, we can change this number as well. So where we can do this change, I'll just show you guys. So you have to go to device, you have to go to setup, you have to go to sessions, and you have to click on session settings. Now here we'll have an option of net over subscription rate. You can just click on 8, OK, and do a commit. So once you commit, it will give you an actual calculation number. I'm just giving you a number, but it will give you a proper calculation number. What are the ports are available right now? So that time it was available, I guess it is 1,29,000 something, right? Now if you see how many are there, 5,69,096. So this many ports are available to do a port address translation, as we are using 8x. Before we are using 2. So right now we have more number of ports that we can use. So in single WAN IP we'll be using more number of users. So in case if we have like in the future, if we have like, let's say right now we have 100 users, and in future it can increase to 500 users as well, we need to increase our internet bandwidth. Okay, so bandwidth, not the WAN IP. So WAN IP will be more expensive, like you have to pay the rent for WAN IPs. So whenever you get a public IP, you have to pay a rent for that public IP address. So it's the way it works is like in a single IP you can use like huge number of users. So this is what I wanted to show in this video. If you learn something in this video, and if you like this, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions or any suggestion to my video, you can put in the comment box, or you can send me a mail. I can include your feedback in the next video to improve my video as well. And if you're new to my channel and if you're interested in this kind of videos and content, you can just hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll just see you in the next video. Thank you so much.